How to choose the right MDiv program for me? Well, first of all, you want to make sure you check with whatever organization or denomination you're thinking to be a part of, or whether you're thinking of going into chaplaincy program, because they might have some very specific requirements around what type of MDiv or how many credits it has to be, or certain types of courses you need to take within it. Number two, think about theological perspective. Not just theological perspective, but the way organizations posture in the world. So there are theological differences among different seminaries and graduate schools. And you have to think to yourself, hey, do I want to be a part of an Arminian school that might think certain things about free will, or do I have a different view of where will's a little less flexible in light of the divine sovereignty of God? There are going to be theological perspectives that influence different curriculums at different schools. It's something to keep in mind, right? And you also want to keep in mind how that school invites conversation among other streams of the church. Here at Evangelical, we have over 31 denominations and church networks, and it ends up becoming one of our most serious selling points, because we can have sitting in a room someone from an Arminian background, a Calvinist background, an Anabaptist Mennonite background, and a military chaplain in the same room. I've actually taught those classes, and it makes for very rich and respectful conversations around the things that matter, not just to us internally in Christianity, but how the world's perceiving us right now. Because we know this, it's not just about the propositions and what we believe, it's about how we posture in the world, right? And so we want to keep these things in mind when it comes to our studies. So when it comes to doing this whole thing of how do I choose a program that's right for me, number one, make sure you're in conversations with your ordaining body. Number two, think about your theologic and cultural perspective. And then, of course, it comes down to accessibility. You need to think about not just starting this degree, but being able to finish it. So do you need a place that offers online accessibility in some ways, or a place that can customize the program that meets some of your realities, like we oftentimes do at a seminary like Evangelical? So keep these things in mind, and you'll find a program that fits you, and don't be afraid to shop and ask questions. Here we don't mind questions.